Welcome to Mom Live. Yes, we are here live today, and starting a business can be an exciting and rewarding, but yet challenging journey. And people start businesses for various reasons. It could be to solve challenges, to challenge themselves, and even build financial freedom. So the number of new women-owned businesses is growing twice as fast as their male counterparts, according to Kaufman Foundation. But when challenges what challenges do women face when starting a business? Well, that's what we're going to discuss today on this episode of Mom Live. Hi, I'm Rashida Green. I am the business coach, founder, and CEO of the Mompreneur HQ and host of this wonderful community, the Mompreneur HQ. And we help moms start, grow, and scale home-based virtual businesses so that they can build the life of their dreams without neglecting themselves or their families in the process. If you're here live, go ahead and please drop #live in the comments below. And if you're watching on replay, I will take a #replay in the comments. Thank you. I am a mom entrepreneur myself, and I know that it has been very rewarding and very fulfilling, but it has not been easy becoming a mom entrepreneur. Absolutely not the dream that you initially think of, because when you, for me, envision being an entrepreneur, I'm thinking when it's already done, the already made it, already arrived, those situations, those images of me relaxing on a beach with the kids and just them running around and not having any money worries or bill worries or any worries, just relaxing because I've built a business that can sustain itself without me having to be there in the business every minute of the day. But there's actually a journey. There's a road to success. And sometimes on that road to success, it can be a little bumpy. It can have forks in the road. It can be a dirt road that happened to get some rain on it. So now we're talking about muddy puddles, so it can be so many different things that transpire along your road to entrepreneurship. But one of the things that we see in business and in general are gender inequalities. And they're everywhere, even in entrepreneurship. So today we're going to talk about what women need to know about starting a business and the 5 tips that we're going to consider when setting our sights on entrepreneurship. I'm ready to jump in. If you're ready to jump in, go ahead and hit me with a #ready, because I'm ready. Let's go. So, what challenges do women face when starting a business? In short, a big part of the challenges that we face as women is ourselves. Studies by the U.S. Small Business Administration show that 20% of women are less optimistic when it comes to sales growth and business performance. Similar studies have found that women in business doubt their decisions more often and are more likely to criticize themselves. Women are also less likely to ask for financing over the lifespan of their business. And when they do ask for business financing, they ask for about $35,000 less than their counterparts, right? So female entrepreneurs are more likely to doubt their own decisions in business. But the women who do enter business are more likely to be 3 times happier. So owning our own businesses make us happy, but we doubt ourselves. That's a conundrum, right? Are you thinking about starting a business? Well, here's what you need to know. Consider these tips when starting a business. Number 1 is already there for you. Trust your intuition. As we have established, women are more likely to doubt ourselves. Learn to move past your self-doubt and trust your intuition. Accept that self-doubt and self-criticism are natural reactions when starting a business. Self-doubt and self-criticism are natural. If we can just get that in our heads that it's natural to feel that way, then it's just a little easier to push past that. Don't think, oh, I can't have self-doubt or I can't self-criticize, but think, okay, this is natural. It happens. Move on, right? Think about why you're doubting yourself. What stories are you telling yourself that lead to these doubts? Are those stories facts or feelings? This Facebook Live thing has had me thinking I couldn't possibly get online and talk. Live, this is, I doubted that getting it right was possible for me. I'm still struggling a little bit. But that negative self-talk showed up every time for me. It started, I started late trying to get logged on. I was fumbling over my introduction. My phone died in the middle of one of the lives. And then when I was trying to edit one of the lives so that I can put it back up on the page, all I was trying to do was edit a 2-second clip. Guess what I had left after that edit? The 2-second clip. I had deleted the entire live. So yes, this Facebook Live has been almost a bane of my existence. And that's why I sought help. I'm going to give my help a little shout out, Miss Nadia Manzano. She is excellent at what she does as far as helping to bring your lives live. But going back to the point that, doubting myself, the truth is, because we're talking about, is it facts or is it feelings? The truth is, I have hosted events. I have danced and done dance routines in front of people. I have sang in front of thousands of people. I've performed in front of thousands of people. I wasn't scared. I wasn't shy about it. I did what I had to do, and I, got off the stage and kept it moving. So that is the fact. The feeling, though, is the fear. Fear was holding me back in so many areas of my life that when it came to starting a business, it was no different. I still struggle with the fear of letting people down, the fear of people knowing who I am, the fear of success. And that's a big thing. That's something we'll talk about later on in the community, but even the fear of success. But what we have to get over and realize as business owners, that fear is false evidence appearing real. F-E-A-R, false evidence appearing real. That's what fear is. Fake news, right? It's fake news. So just remember that self-doubt and self-criticism comes, but don't stay there. Don't get stuck in that, right? Our next point, number 2, strengthen your money mindset. Women have a harder time asking for money than men. To reach your fullest potential as a female business owner, you have to strengthen your relationship with women and with money. And we're not saying, oh, because we can be very careless with money, or we can be very frugal with money, or we can be very tight with money, or we can, just be very good savers and, and tithers and good stewards of our money. So that is what we do personally. But when it comes to business, it seems like there's always some little stumbling block. So what stories do you tell yourself about money? Do you have trouble receiving money? Do you have trouble asking for money? Do you have trouble raising prices? Do you have trouble pricing what you're worth? And then ask yourself the question, why? I know for me, money stories, they come down, they get passed down. It's things that you learn as you grow up. And when people say, got to make $1 out of 15 cents, that means you're supposed to stretch every dime that you get. You don't want to spend more than you make. That's a money mindset. And that's actually a great money mindset. But we have some money stories that keep us from excelling in business entrepreneurship because we don't want to ask for money. I know that was a huge problem for me. I did not like to ask for money. And so as a business owner, that's horrible. So just imagine that little business I had. It didn't last long. Actually, it lasted a long time. But you know, it was a little scary because I would ask, right? Wow, Ivory, yes. I would ask for the sale one time. And if somebody said, well, let me think about it, that it just said, into my ear was no. And I kept it moving. It was like, I just didn't like asking for money. I always wanted to be self-sufficient. I wanted to make sure I was doing my, working my 9 to 5, making my own money, spending my own money. And so when it came to selling and trying to get products out of my hand to a customer's hand, it was the most difficult and challenging thing for me because I had a money blockage. And that money blockage was, I don't ask for money. You don't ask for money. And so I have to work through my money issues, my money blockages, through coaching, and to kind of understand where I got those that money mindset from, and then how can I overcome that? And so those are just a few of the things that we talk about. I actually do coach on. And if you are struggling with how much to charge and how to confidently talk to people about your fees, then you're not alone. And I can coach you to clear out those feelings of unworthiness and self-doubt, plus give you practical tools so that you can charge what you're worth and discuss your fees like a pro. And I will have in the comments below the link where you can actually reach out to me to set up a clarity call if you have a business idea, or if you already own a business and you want to get clarity on how to be able to charge with your worth. You can definitely reach out to me at the mompreneurhq.com/clarity-call. That's the mompreneurhq.com//clarity-call to set up a brief 20-minute call to discuss your challenges with your money mindset, as well as starting a business. But one of the other points about strengthening your money mindset also has to do with how you feel about investing in your business. What feelings do you have about paying yourself from your business regularly? That's a challenge that we have. Most times as entrepreneurs, we will put that money, we'll pour the money back into the business, and that is great. However, if you keep pouring your money back into the business, what you'll find is that you don't have any money. It's all in the business. And so when you have bills that are outside of the business, now you're trying to pull pennies together because you forgot to pay yourself. And now that you've already started this process in your business, writing one big check to yourself just out of the blue may warrant some red flags. But no worries. We can, you can still pay yourself in your business. And just you have to get over the mindset that you're not allowed to profit from your business. A business is established for profit. In fact, if you don't make a profit for a number of years, the IRS, if you report losses for a number of years, again, that's a red flag to the IRS. They're like, wait, what are you doing with this company? Right? So we have to be mindful of our money mindset. The next thing we want to do, tip number 3, is to find a support network, right? Just because you are starting a business does not mean that you have to start the business alone, or you have to build the business alone, or you have to push forward alone. When starting a business, there will be bridges you will need to cross and moments you will have to celebrate. And so you want to make sure that you get your spouse or significant other on board. And one of the reasons why I say that is because you're going to be spending a lot of time in your business. So there will be times that your spouse, and if you are a mom entrepreneur, your children may not see you, may not get your full attention. because you're working late hours trying to get business deadlines met. So it's always good to have the people in your business, in your home, involved in your business, or at least on the level where they can understand and appreciate those and understand and appreciate the times that you are not there, as well as the times that you are there, right? Join or start your own mastermind. These are clusters of business, like-minded business people that you can work with and develop a business relationship with, as well as even a friendship with. But those are people that are like-minded. So they're able to encourage you. They're able to build you up. They're able to push you to do, to work at your highest and best, because they're also trying to do the same. And then it's also, a mastermind is also good for those affiliate relationships where you work together with that mastermind member to partner with them on certain programs, or you help each other in supporting one another in your business efforts by sharing content and projects and programs with each other's communities. So that's also, a mastermind is also a great opportunity to get the support that you need in your business. You can also become an active member of a business community, physically, or like a virtual community like Mompreneur HQ. And you can always ask a fellow female entrepreneur out for a virtual coffee. You know, a lot of times we make jokes about, can I just pick your brain about something? And it can be a little much if somebody's always picking your brain. You're left with no brain left because you're always giving out and pouring out. And it's okay. And we're going back to money mindset. It's okay to be able to share your information for free, but it's also okay to charge for the information, and not be afraid to charge for the information, because your time is valuable and you have to know what your time is worth, so that you're not spending an hour at a coffee break where they pay for the coffee, the $4, $5 for the coffee. And then after an hour's time, you've poured out yourself for $5. So it's okay to say no. And we talked about that previously, about having, but letting it be okay to say no and not add on to your plate unnecessarily. So that is just another thing we would want to remember about finding a support network or a support system. Another thing you could do is to actually go to business conferences when the doors open back up. But a lot of the conferences and seminars are online, so that, again, it's virtual. You have the opportunity to be able to network with people and get to know other businesses, other people, business owners, and reach out and network and see what else is going on in their communities, and hopefully be able to then exchange information or exchange opportunities. So if you go to these business functions and you find someone who's a podcaster, and guess what? They meet the same audience, they have the same audience that you have. That would be a great networking opportunity to say, hey, I know you have this podcast and you have the same audience that I have. Is it possible for me to talk about my program on your show? And it sometimes is that easy, because there are pockets of people that you already have in your network that you can network with. It's just a matter of opening your mouth. And that's, again, sometimes, people say that women are great talkers. We can keep talking and talking and talking. Well, I was struggling with just trying to get 30 minutes today. But, just being able to talk to and network with other business owners who are like-minded and are trying to go places with their business and have maybe the same type of audience that you have, that's a great opportunity to network and get a support system up under you that's going to help to lift you up. And on the flip side of that, if someone is in your life and they're very negative, it's also okay to cut them from the support system, because they're not supporting you. They're being very negative. And you can still love them. You can still love them. That could still be, because it can even be your own family. 100, I agree. It can be your own family. That can sometimes just, I don't want to say kick your back in, because they don't do it on purpose, but, can sometimes say things that are not supportive. Like, and for me, growing up in the church, hearing about being content. And for me, I wanted more. I want more. And sometimes that's looked at negatively. And I was actually told, well, why can't you be happy with what you have? And I don't think they were being mean by saying it, but that wasn't what I was going for. I wasn't saying that I want more because I'm not content. I want more because I know that God has more in store for me. And I'm not saying that negatively to say that what I have isn't enough. I am blessed. Amen. But, I do know that there is more for me to do in this world. There are more people for me to help and more people for me to impact. And so that's what I plan to do with Mompreneur HQ. So I thank you all for being here with me and indulging me as we go on to step number 4. One of the things that we need to do is be persistent. We have to expect the unexpected. There will be issues that come up. And I could have just said, oh man, I'm not doing no more Facebook Live. I'm tired of this. I done did this at least 4 times and it has been horrible. I'm done. It's a wrap. But I have to be persistent. And I found that I was not getting this thing right doing it myself. So one of the things that I did was to reach out to get the support that I needed rather than to give up, because ultimately I will experience more frustrations, more issues, more challenges that could stop anybody who is not focused, who is not persevering, who is not persistent, and who just says, who's willing to give up on their dreams. But I'm not willing to give up, not just yet. So I sought additional help. So as a business owner, we have to be able to move and be flexible, whether that means moving to plan B or moving to plan C or moving to plan D, but still making our way to A is the goal. That we're going to keep going. We're going to keep being persistent. We're going to keep moving forward. We're not going to let anything stop us. If you find yourself wanting to give up, there is more than likely an underlying reason at the root of that. It's not because I couldn't get the Facebook Lives. If you find yourself wanting to quit, it's probably some underlying reason. It's not because I don't have the $100 to pay for the autoresponder. I don't have the $25 to pay for the autoresponder system. It's not because my ring light broke. And so some people quit just that easily. But it's not because of what they quit for. There is something usually underlying that's a lot more deep, that goes a lot deeper than the situation in front of them. So learn how to show up even when you want to quit. That's how you do it. You have to be persistent. You show up even when you don't want to. Even when you're like, oh, I don't have another inch in me. Show up another inch, another ounce of persistence, another ounce of energy, another ounce of push or oomph. Show up even when you want to quit. Challenge yourself not to take no for an answer. And what I found also sometimes with a no when it comes to customers, a no can actually just mean not now. So because they said no, don't just write them off as, they don't want what I'm serving. Think about it. I think they say the number of touch points has grown to like 11. Like you have to send at least 11 emails or 11 contact points or 11 commercials before somebody actually buys your product. So if you speak to somebody one time and they say no, then you're missing your opportunity, because had you gone to them 10 more times, they probably would have said yes. And that's also a mindset issue, a mindset thing as well. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, they said no, move on. They said no. But you have to be persistent in business because it just one time is not enough. And think about it. How many commercials have you seen and thought to yourself, oh, this commercial on again, but then found yourself at the McDonald's trying that chicken cheeseburger that you weren't even thinking about because you're like, I don't even like chicken cheeseburger. But because it's in the back of your mind or the forefront of your mind since you've seen so many commercials, your interest is piqued. And now you want to consider, let me give that a try, right? It happens. It happens all the time. And that's why McDonald's, they don't spend a lot of money. They don't spend a lot of money on advertising to actually get you to buy one burger. They'll say, oh, the burger be 99 cents. But their upsells, that's where they get you, right? Would you like to supersize that? Would you like fries with that? Right? So they get you in the door and then they hit you with everything they got. So just think about that. And that leads me to my next point, which is point number 5, features tell, benefits sell. One of the most important lessons in business is understanding that people buy benefits, not products. People buy benefits, not products. So because they can benefit from, let's say, let me think about that. Because you can benefit from driving a car versus taking a bus every day, that you would want to have a car versus riding the bus, right? But then you have features like, oh, the warming seats. You have the dashboard cam, or you have the in-dash navigated system. Those are all features, and that is all well and good. But what you really want is the car. The features, oh, that's like bells and whistles. But what you really want is the car. And that's when you come to the safety measures and things like that. So how will your business impact someone else's life? What is the impact that your business is going to have on someone else's life? What value do others receive as a result of your business? What is it that you're offering that's going to benefit them? What transformation will your product or service bring to someone else's life? And that's also a key that we need to think about, is that it should be about you serving. Serving is selling. If you're selling, then your main goal is just to get money, and people can see right through that. But if you are serving, people want help and they reach out to you for help. So if you are serving, then you are in a great place, and you'll definitely have clients coming to you, knocking at your door. So to wrap up, starting a business can be a fulfilling process where you challenge your current beliefs and you grow. What's most important is to not let self-doubt or self-criticism get in the way of getting started. Go ahead, get started. I have a link that I'm going to place below to help you get started and give you 10 reasons why you should get started, and get started now. Start your own business. Be your own boss. Entrepreneurship is for everyone, even those who already have a 9-to-5. You can start your own business. There are so many benefits to owning your own business, your own home-based business. There's over 475 different tax laws that allow you to make bank from owning your own business. So do it. Mompreneur HQ is here to support you. We help moms start, grow, and scale businesses. And a lot of times as women, we struggle with that whole idea of being able to start a business while we're doing something, like while we're working, while we're home with children. It's always something going on. And that's why I'm here to support you at the Mompreneur HQ. You don't have to start $1 million business overnight. Just start with a commitment to show up each day. So we're going to wrap up our 5 points today, what women need to know about starting a business. And the 5 tips to consider when starting a business is to trust your intuition, strengthen your money mindset, find a support network, be persistent, and know that features tell, but benefits sell. And you want a business that's going to impact people's lives. Because if you can impact people's lives, then you have really made a difference in the world. Thank you all for showing up and showing out at the Mompreneur HQs, at Mom Live, where we'll be here again next Wednesday at 2 p.m. live with some fabulous tip, tool, or update to help you in your business as an entrepreneur, as a mom entrepreneur. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening, watching, and we really do hope that you get value from our shows. I am Rashida Green, founder and CEO of Mompreneur HQ, and I am so glad that you were able to join us. Until next time.